What's up guys, Neil from Geauga Firearms Academy. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to get into a red dot topic that I get asked all the time. To multi-reticle or to dot only? Let's find out. Let's look at this from both sides. So we're going to look at the arguments for dot only and we're going to look at the arguments for multi-reticle, okay? And we'll get into my opinion on what I think about this in just a second. So dot only. Now, to make that clear, what multi-reticle and dot only means is that with a multi-reticle system, you're going to have some options. You're going to have a single dot with a circle around it, sometimes hash marks, depends, but it's going to be something more than just a dot, okay? And I'll show you some very advanced, and I mean cutting edge technology that we have actually created. I'm thinking about patenting it on showing and demonstrating that right now. So here are my, and again, I'm going to put the patent number here on the screen to show you that this is in process. I'm only kidding. This is an example of a multi-reticle system. So there you have a circle with a dot. As you could probably imagine, instead of a circle and a dot, multi-reticle, you have just a dot. Look at that, huh? Cutting edge technology. So those are the two options. And there's actually some really important pros and cons and some reasons why one would choose one over the other. There's some big reasons, pros and cons for both, and so we're going to go over that. Not only to make the waters muddier, are there multi-reticle and non-multi-reticle. Are you ready? They're not always red. Sometimes they're green. Some companies are even come up with different colors like blue and whatever. I don't know why. I don't really care. Personally, if it's a perfect, like I get to pick this exact option, exactly spec the way I want, I like green, okay? Does that mean that all mine are green? Nope. I shoot red all the time, it's not a big deal. Kim, who is a lot smarter than me, she said that she did some research and women tend to see red better. Is it red or green? Red. Red better and men see green better? I don't know. It sounds plausible. Who knows? Anyway, here's the deal. Dot only. The advantage this for the pro dot only people is that there is less information in the screen. So rather than creating some type of box, we're going to just use the camera frame, which is whatever device or whatever you're watching this on. So that is the outsides of your screen right now is just like the outsides of a red dot box. So again, I know this might not be perfectly in focus. I don't care. It's not a big deal. But you understand what I'm talking about. This frame right here, voila, okay? That frame is what I'm talking about. So we're going to use these little visuals, highly technical visuals, to demonstrate these things. So if I start off with just my dot, okay? So if you see just the dot, the only thing that I would assume you can see on the screen, because Kim's behind the camera and she's giving me the nod, so probably what you can see, is just this kind of not super clear glass, right? And that red dot. Nothing else, which means if we go back to the original roots of why do we go red dot to begin with, one of the biggest advantages is that I don't have to try to line up three different things. What are the three things? The rear sight, the front sight, and whatever it is that my target is. So I got to line up all three of those, and the relationship of all those are super important. And so if we do this properly and under stress quickly, that can be a little bit of a challenge, right? So the advantage to going to the red dots in general is that we no longer worry about the relationship between the sights and the boxes. All we have to do is put the red dot or multi-reticle dot wherever we need to, and it has no relation to the actual framing of your screen that you're watching this on. It's called Parallax free. So if the dot is, well, let's just do it this way. So you guys can see that dot there supposedly. That dot is where the bullet would go if you press the trigger right now. Okay, so I want to make that clear. That has nothing to do with the relation of the box, right? The frame of the optic that you're looking through. I want you to really understand the advantage of that. So if I'm in a precarious angle or situation and I'm coming around some piece of cover, whatever the case is, and I just get my dot, provided that my muzzle is clear of any objects, etc., etc., as long as that dot is where it is and I do my job, that's where the actual projectile, the bullet, should go, okay, provided it's been sighted in properly and all that jazz, okay? So that's a big advantage. The other big advantage is that when I look through that glass of the optic and I see the dot, I'm not looking at the dot like you would on a front sight. I'm looking way past that. It's just in my field of view. So if I don't know what the camera can see, but if I do this, I know the camera can't focus on that dot. It's still focused on my face, which is a perfect representation of this highly technical digital printout that I made. You still should be focused on my face, but you will see a annoying red dot in front of you. And that's the whole point. I can stay focused on whatever the threatening situation is. I can see what I need to see, and yet I have this dot that if I put it where I need to put it, wherever it is, that's where my projectile goes. So hopefully that was a clear explanation on the advantage overall of the dot. Now, as I was going back to, the argument for nothing on the screen but the dot is there's less annoyance. There's less red or green in the way. And so I explain this in classes all the time as you're driving your car, okay, and then a bug hits your windshield and splatters on your windshield, maybe right in your center of view, right in your field of view. You don't focus on the bug and then run into a tree, right? You look past that bug, down the road, and you don't even look to your hood, you look down the road where you're going. Same concept. You look past the dot to whatever it is that whatever your target is, okay? So without the circle, we have less information. It's just a dot, and I can see a lot more stuff without being quote-unquote distracted by the dot or whatever the case is. Okay. Now, the advantage of the multi-reticle system, and some of them will have hash marks, a little line that's on the top, bottom, left, and right. Those can be used for offsets, mechanical offsets, depending on angles of where I'm at. We can use these, for example, if you are shooting a firearm with one of these, just to make this real clear, not to get down another road, mechanical offset simply means that the center of the dot and the center of the barrel are not the same elevation, okay? So if I put this against the wall and press the trigger, the dot would be up here on the wall, or what I would see, and the hole would be below it, right? Because the projectile is lower than the dot. So that's what's called a mechanical offset, that difference. So what a lot of times people will do is they'll use this ring, okay, as your mechanical offset. So if I'm in the close proximity, as I just explained, the center of this dot that you would see visually will be higher than the round. So if I use this as a great example, my hairline would be here, and the bottom of the little circle would be where the projectile will go. So it's a quick way to kind of get a mechanical offset very fast, and definitely advantage of the multi-reticle. There is a major advantage, which I'm going to get to in a second, over the dot, in my opinion. Spoiler. This is why we always go to teaching and recommending a multi-reticle system. I agree. And if I were shooting long distance, or I needed precision even, I would use like when I sight in a pistol a lot of times, I will just get rid of the multi-reticle system, which are usually optional on whatever optic you're using. And I will just use the dot because it's very easy to get very precise. I will turn that dot down to as low as I can to give me a nice, very crisp, very nice dot to be able to make precision with. And I get all that. But let's be realistic. What are we mostly using our firearms for? If we're using them for any type of defensive scenario, it's going to be pretty close. Even a long gun, it's probably going to be for home defense, and it's not going to be that far. So the precision amount of that is really not what's important to me. Finding and acquiring it and getting it where I need it to go is more important, in my opinion. So here, this is center, okay? And I can't see the screen, so Kim's going to help me in the background here. But this is where the dot is. So if I were to pull my firearm out and I were to see this just like this, I'll do it quick, boom. I see that dot, I can take the shot. What happens now, and you'll be able to see my hand, so I'm kind of a giveaway. So now, here we go. I pull my firearm out, I pull the dot out, and here's what I see. Where's the dot? Now you can tell by my hands it's low, but you really wouldn't know that. It could be over here, but watch this. There it is, right? It could be down here, you wouldn't see it, and now you can. And again, this is kind of weird because I'm using dots and plastic screens and whatnot, but you're gonna understand my point. When I level that gun out, if I'm off a little bit, here's my big seller. This is my big moment, okay? Why I choose multi-reticle systems. If I'm off with the dot and it's off screen, it's just gone. It's just a clear screen, and you have to figure it out in a obviously very hectic environment. Let's say I draw my pistol up and boom, I see this. Where is the dot? Well, you know where the dot is because you can see this outer band right here. You know that you just need to bring the dot here because you can see this part. If the dot is off the screen, I know by the top of that ring, boom, there it is. It's very possible for me to level that out, especially when I'm starting to learn the system, especially if I'm coming from iron sights and I just have a blank screen. And then I have to do this. How many times I know you've done it because I've done it. Everybody I've ever met has done it at some point. They go to the red dots and they do this. And what are they doing? They're looking for the dot. Now, of course, if we do this properly, we don't actually ever look for the dot. We look at the target, et cetera, et cetera. That's not part of this video. What I'm trying to say is, even if that is the case, you're going to be able to align that much better and orient it much better because you have a ring that's far bigger than the center dot that's giving you kind of a cheat of where that dot will be. Now, at this point in the game, does it matter to me? No, because after doing so many thousands of reps, I could close my eyes, drive the gun out there, and I'm going to be pretty close, okay? So it doesn't matter anymore, but as I'm learning the process, this is a huge deal. And under stress, I'd still take the the multi-reticle system all day long because on that critical moment, if I need to defend my life or someone else's, I don't want to have to guess any more than I need to. I want to be able to see that ring if I'm really that far off, because maybe I'm in a weird position or whatever. I want to be able to see that, be able to align it where I need to, superimpose the dot, and take my shot. With that said, a couple things. This is one of the brands I discovered in the last couple of years was C&H Precision. I'll put some info on the screen for them, but I really love this particular company. Outside of being family owned and operated out of Georgia, they make a great product. Not only do they make great optics, but they also, well, I mean, I didn't even know they made optics until the last couple of years, but they're known for their plates. I've had this on this is my, for if anybody cares, this is my prized, most precious handgun. I don't have staccatos or whatever, but this is my Walther PDP Pro. It is amazing with the comp and everything. It's like cheating. It's not, I don't even let students typically shoot it because it's such a crazy experience. It's like putting someone in an F1 car and saying that's what driving's like. It's just, it's wild. It's weighted, it's balanced, the guide rod is balanced properly. I mean, it's just an amazing shooting gun. That said, it has a giant optic on it. It's the Comp Max, so Competition Max, meaning the biggest screen they got. It's like looking through your cell phone. It is huge. This one happens to have a multi-reticle system, like I said. I love it. The brightness is incredible on this. I've never had any issues with that. It does have a built-in rear sight, so if you have a gun where you lose your sight, that's kind of a cool add there. Another video another time. I don't really co-witness or anything, but if you're into that, you can. It is an open emitter. It's super simple to use, just like any other. The adjustments are on the side there. It does have a top-loaded battery door, so putting the batteries is easy peasy. It's big. You're going to want to obviously put this in a full-size framed gun because it is so big, but if you're looking for a competition size setup, this Comp Max is awesome. And I've had this well over a year. I'm not going to lie, I don't have any idea how many thousands and thousands of rounds because we, again, rent these out and stuff like that. So a lot of rounds of that. Again, this isn't like a product demo or anything, but this is just something I wanted to bring up. So this is the C&H. This one's called the ERD2. I don't think they make it anymore. You can get it on, I saw it on Optics Planet, but I don't even think they have it on their website anymore. But it is a super solid setup for rifles. It's very clean. It's just as a single dot only. So again, another thing, sometimes on rifles, that's a preferred deal there. Like I said, I've had it for well over a year, probably close to 2. No issues with it holding 0 or anything like that. This is on my regular instructor rifle, so it gets some good use out of it. And I've been very happy. So if you guys are interested in checking any of those out, Georgia-owned family business, check out C&H Precision. The links will be down below. Hopefully you guys learned something, and let me know what you guys think. If you're a multi-reticle user or you're a single dot user or this video in any way persuaded you, I would love to know. I'm always interested to see if any of the stuff I say out there, if anybody cares. You know where to find us here on YouTube. Of course, we have our A-list stuff on Patreon. Until next time, remember, it's always loaded, judged by 12, then carried by 6.